Bárbara con Bobbie Bud por su vida en todos más o menos inglés y poquito español. Okay, a veces. Hi, Bobbie Buds for Life here, folks, and just telling y'all that I am doing a program now, which is Bobbie Buds for Life, and yes, we're still here, we're still alive. Myself, Master Gardener, and even Dr. The science program is going to be coming back at some point. We're not exactly sure. So he's not a doctor by profession, but it's Dr. Philip T. Watchwell, I believe. And his program was regarding science and things naturally in the earth and in the world. Okay, those are great things to know about as well. So thank you so much for holding the fort down, as they say, for us, wondering where we are, asking about us when you see us, and everything that might come to your mind. We really appreciate your input. And again, once again, thank you so much to the council members, past, present, and future, for the opportunity to do these things. And it's our pleasure, actually, to serve in our community in this way. So we are right now, folks, in the throes of not only 4th of July, which is next Tuesday, this is Friday, and the 4th of July will be next Tuesday, okay? Today is the 29th, I believe, 30th? The 30th, excuse me. Today's the 30th, tomorrow's the 1st, on Saturday. So, lots of celebrations, as everybody knows right now. And, of course, we are, at this time, this point in history, dealing with the fires that they say are coming down from Canada and where other else, we don't know. You know, it's very hot out now, as everybody knows, and a lot of fires, a lot of places, not just in the West, coming down from Canada all through the United States. They're saying to make the air quality a little bit harsh to deal with for a lot of folks. And they are saying that the air quality is to a point where, and they have strongly, we have heard several places that actually one of the ways you could deal with them, as in the past, wearing a mask. Now these are only suggestions that we give here on our programs, folks, so whatever you choose to do individually, that's your choice, and that's the best choice for you. So at any rate, masks are one of them. The other one is just plain staying inside, okay? And also, it's not only being outside, some folks are inhaling what I would just say poquito or a little smoke, because if it's coming down from Canada, you know, it's got a long way to go, and it's limited, the amount. Of course, at any rate, none of that really matters. It's just that, you know, however you handle it is the best thing for yourself. And they are saying, you know, of course, stay hydrated. If you have to be outside, especially for a long period of time, and or work outside, you know, yard work, gosh, anything, working on a car in your driveway, anything where you're outside for a prolonged period of time, you know, watch that. And if you do start coughing, inhaling, or whatever, which is, again, you know, regarding where we live, as to the point that the actual smoke is actually coming from maybe a long, long distance, like it is for us here in Wisconsin. So at any rate, just deal with that to the best of your knowledge. If you start coughing, take water. If you can't get inside right away, you know, bring your water outside with you, or your iced tea, or whatever you might, you know, hydrate yourself with, and deal with it that way, or go back in, you know, for a while and see if it, you know, dissipates or, you know, gets less. And you just have to think about it at the time, how it happens. Now, some folks, and I've even heard this on the news, got the particles, or I don't know what you call them, smoke, whatever, I don't know, and I'm not professing to know, in their eyes, all right? And one person I know for a fact looked up and got this in their eyes and ran in the house and flushed them with water, and were fine. and their husband got a little bit of it, however, did not look up. So just being out there, period, can affect you, affect us, all of us. At any rate, so they're just saying, beware, and then go from there. And so we talk tremendously about, in our, not only on my broadcast, Bobbie Bud for Life, but also Master Garden, Bourgondien, it's fun, about the fact that we are putting not only flushing our eyes with water, if need be, but also the juice from the aloe vera plant. And this is, tremendous for your eyes. It flushes whatever it is out in the bad and lets it stay not only feeling well, doesn't itch, burn, sting, etc. However, that's just something that we can suggest as well. It does come straight from the aloe vera plant. And what you do is, we talked again, I apologize, I meant to grab my container of aloe vera pieces. And all you do is grab, if you have a plant, aloe vera plant, just grab one of the leaves and wash it off with warm, tepid water. I wouldn't suggest scrubbing it. Or you could scrub it if you like, it's up to you. Or with soap. But they do say, especially these days, whenever you scrub with soap, you get rid of some of whatever, the protection, the minerals, whatever, what might be on the outside of the plant. That would help us. So anyway, just wash it. That's all. Okay. And cut off the barbs. And that literally is what the little sticky thorn type things, which are very small, cut them off. They encase the whole entire plant. Like the plant is like this, and the barbs, the sticky thorns or whatever, are on this side all the way up and all the way down the other side to the end of the plant, where the actual leaf is attached to the plant. So you want to cut them off, okay, because they do stick us, all right. They're not real bad, but they're there for a reason, okay. God made them that way for a reason. Anyway, so also wash it off, cut the barbs off, as I said, and then take your scissors, knife, whatever, and cut the pieces of aloe vera, maybe an inch long, maybe this long to start with, and cut the whole entire leaf up, stick it in a container, and can be a plastic, folks say, oh, glass container, or whatever you want, plastic, glass, either one works, okay, but you just put it in a container and fill the whole entire container up with the aloe vera leaves, starting from the top to the bottom. And then you put it in the refrigerator and you just leave it. And it is just phenomenal. We eat it, we use it on our skin. It's tremendous for even bug bites. If you get bug bites, you need to put off on before we go outside, because again, this is the time of year for the bug bites, mosquito bites, they're saying as well. I don't know, they're kind of emphasizing the fact that be careful about the bug bites. I don't know, at any rate, I guess they're a little stronger than they used to be. However, you just deal with them the way you would. If you don't put any off on or cover yourself entirely up with the pants or the longer, possibly shorts. I have capris on, which go either to your knee or an inch down past your knee. Anyway, that'll protect your legs more so. Of course, a full pant, like a jean or, regular pair of pants, that goes down to, the normal length. So if you don't have that on, or long sleeves to protect your skin, not only from sun, but also from bug bites, then, and if you possibly shouldn't, I got an itch in my eye, pardon me, take come in the house after this happens, wash your little bites off where they might be, with soap and water, if you prefer, and then put the alcohol, peroxide works as well, on them. Actually, you could use the aloe vera on that too. Just take one of the pieces of the aloe vera, open it up a little bit so you get the gel, the juice of the gel part. It's actually called gel. And just rub it right there on the bite, as well as a lot of times also and if need be, calamine lotion. And that is terrific. Calamine lotion helps. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, folks. I had it out. I didn't bring it. I don't know what happened. Anyway, so calamine lotion. It's the pink, and it's the pink, kind of chalky substance. You can buy it drugstores, dollar stores, wherever they sell it. Okay, and the grocery store, the drug part or health and beauty aid part as well. And put that on, and that will help not only take the itch and the burn, sometimes and the sting away from the bite itself, but also it does camouflage it. You want to wear your shorts and you've got several bites, they do turn red after scratching, and that will help eliminate the itch. The calamine lotion, as well as the aloe vera will help it, and of course the either the alcohol and or the peroxide. Now this is what we can do for ourselves, and just part of what we can do for ourselves to help us regarding the elements outside, okay? Because again, it's summer. It's already turned summer. And boy, the temperatures are up there. Thank God we don't have like 100, 120 or whatever, like some poor states do. But oh gosh, oh Lord, it's hot enough. And the humidity. The humidity factor, in my opinion, this summer has not been as high as it could be, but it's high enough. You know, you can feel it. So at any rate, and we're not in Florida where you can feel it all the time. However, it's just very, very important to think about all these things before going outside. And it is a lot. There's, you know, okay, going outside, we need to protect ourselves, of course. And I have alluded to this, talked about this quite a few times on my show. I'm sure Master Gardener has as well. But it would be the fact of not only remembering that we're going to be outside, as if we're going to be outside, especially for a long period of time, then we need to not only protecting ourselves by covering ourselves with the bug sprays, off or whatever you might have, as well as maybe the long sleeves, the longer pants, unless you get a cut off, a short pedal pusher, as they say, which actually is the same thing as a capri these days in fashion. That's what they call it. At any rate, so we have to think about that. Also, when we go out, it's a good idea to protect our head, actually, not only the top of our head on down, okay? And reason being I bring this up is I know of, well, actually two people, but one for sure, that was actually staying on a warmer day, standing out at a bus stop, and was feeling a little fatigued and a little woozy and kind of going back and forth a little bit while they were standing there in the sun. And there were other people there at the bus stop as well, and all of a sudden, boom, it hit them that they were going to pass out, and because of the sun. I don't remember asking them, but I'm not sure they even had a hat on. Well, they learned the big lesson that if you don't protect yourself also for the top of our heads on down, it can be detrimental. It can be not so nice. Anyway, they were going to fall, and somebody caught them in the nick of time. They did not faint. It was okay. They were fine. But learned that lesson that every time you go outside, including the fact that the sun rays are really, they're real heavy, real hot as well, even through clouds, they say. So, and I know that for a fact to be, true, because I've gotten sunburned on a cloudy day and even had a hat on. So at any rate, good idea is to wear not only a hat that covers our whole head, that covers our whole head, or because it covers the top of your head, which the sun is going to automatically hit first, as well as, the outside of the body, surely. But the rays come down from the sky, and they go right to the top of our heads. that needs to be covered, as well as having maybe a brim that goes out somewhat to cover your entire face, because you get it no matter what, folks. Even as life goes by, it can still give you freckles, because I have them. At any rate, so you'll want to think about this, wearing possibly a hat and or a sun visor. Now some folks do, and I do myself, as you can see, use the sun visors too, because again, it's got the brims, and actually the bigger the brim, the better, because it covers more of your entire face, and your neck goes down to your chest somewhat. Of course, like probably stops right about here, and then the rest of the chest, especially if you've got maybe a sun neckline on, which, yeah, you know, we want to go outside, we want that sun, we want that beautiful warm air. It will get not so covered if we don't, pardon me, if we don't do something to protect ourselves, because, you know, it's not gonna not happen if we don't protect ourselves, okay? So that's what this is all about, what I'm talking about, and I mainly brought this up because of the air quality that they say it is such now in our time frame that we're in the state of Wisconsin, city of Wausau. We still need to think about these things, and yeah, they're kind of a little bit, can be, if we let them, be a little bit of a pain, but you gotta be smart, and you are, because you watch our program. At any rate, no, I'm not trying to blow my own horn. Thank you, Lord. At any rate, so that's it. You need either a hat and or sun visor, as well as shades. Da, 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 da. No. Anyway, no. They are UV rays that get into our skin, top of our head, our hair, our eyes, no matter what, yes. But you can somewhat protect yourself if you wear a pair of shades. So some folks say, oh, I don't like wearing my nose. Well, just wear them when you dry it. Or, you know, take them off. You know, not have them on the whole time, but as much as you can stand them. And if the sun's bright, put them back on. Take them off, and you don't actually think you need them that much. Okay, so that's another thing. And of course, our hydration is not only starting in the house before we go, as well as taking water, our water, maybe iced tea. I would say, you know, some iced coffee possibly, if you like coffee. They say tea and coffee are the same for hydrating us, all right? Used to be just water, but now, you know, all the controversy about the water, the PFAS, etc. I don't know. At any rate, so bottled water is a good way to go as well. So take some water with us. Take the water along with us. And there are containers, folks say, well, it's extra. Yeah, it is. It's extra to carry, to hold, to carry, etc. However, pardon me, it is actually pretty easy if they're on the top, and they do sell them lots of different places, the containers for drinks, any kind of drink, including water, that have the little holder on the top. So you just carry it like that, or maybe a big bag, or a bigger, not only, maybe if you don't carry a purse, it would be okay to use that as your quote-unquote purse, not trying to tell you what to do, but that works too. Because I do carry a purse, and mine is like a shoulder strap, so I can have it on either hip, and then the one I don't have, if I need to, I could carry a bag with me and put that water in it. It's totally up to you however you want to handle it. And not telling you folks things that you don't already know. We were raised with these kind of tips. However, sometimes it's just good to hear them again, and because life is so busy, sometimes we really do forget. So at any rate, alrighty, so that is another part of hydration. Carry the water, either drink the water in the house, or the iced tea, or actually, what I was going to say earlier as well was regarding the drink that you might want to take. A lot of folks say, well, oh, good, I can take my soda. Well, sure you can. It does have caffeine in it, especially if it's not diet, and I don't know if y'all have heard, but we just had a sort of a tutorial, I think it was last evening, on TV regarding aspartame, A-S-P-A-R-T, aspartame, A-S-P-A-R-T-A-M-E. And I didn't even know really what that stood for. However, it's in like diet drinks. I'm not going to say a brand because there's all kinds of brands that carry diet drinks, as we all know. And supposedly that is being an unnatural, I'll put it that way in my words, sweetener. It does a little harm, or it can possibly. They're not sure. This just came out. So they're not positive. They're not sure if it's all totally exactly that way, how, or or maybe it will fade. We don't know. It's our just the knowledge to know about these things. That's nice, and to know however you want to deal with things, then is great. And again, the choice is always yours. Okay, so the hydration again before we go out. Going back again, reiterating. Before we go outside into the warm elements, the sun, a real hot sunny day, especially if there's an event outside that we will be out there again for a long period of time. You got to just do things little by little. Stay out in the sun for a while. They've got a restaurant or a hopefully they have a restaurant where we're going at that point. It's a Bay event especially. Just go in there every once in a while. Cool yourself off. If it's a bathroom, of course, they'll have running water at the same. Splash water on your face, or on your arms, especially if they're not covered. If you haven't protected them with sun protection factor. Okay, so the everything. The hats, the sun visor possibly, the sunglasses, the covering of our bodies going outside, as well as, okay, so, that's face here at this minute, I'm thinking that a little later. All right, so the hydration is just one part of it. Thinking about what to do in the event that somewhat, we get real sunburnt. Somebody else gets real sunburnt. Hey, I've got my trusty sun protection factor. Sun lotion right here. Which cameraman need to have you zero in on. And mine just happens to be 50. This is again and I'm not trying to promote anybody, any brand whatsoever. This one does happen to be Max Black sunscreen lotion, and mine is 50. Now they say, according to a person's coloring, your skin type, your coloring, I am fair to medium. Actually, I'm more medium skin tone than light or fair. And what they say is it would behoove me to use a sun protection factor in my sunblock, in other words, my sunscreen lotion or my suntan lotion. Okay. At least the number of the SPF or sun protection factor of 15 up to, it used to be they only made them up to 50, but now I think I saw one not long ago that went up to like 70 or 80. So they make these with the intense rays of the sun, the volume of it, as hot as it will get and affect us in mind. They keep it in mind. That's what they do it for, and they want to sell it to make money, of course, for their living. So at any rate, sun protection factor goes on as well. Now this is me. I put it on when I do my regular skincare. That's like the third step I do. The other skincare goes on underneath it, as well as the other kind of thing that I do to protect my skin goes on after that. But I always put it on, and I don't care if it's a hot sunny day out or cloudy, as I said. And I will wear the visor or the hat. Okay, so that's another part of our protection. And then getting back to our regular skincare after being in a lot of sun. Of course, you want to, take a shower, wash off. The thing that we could do for washing our regular skin care routine. Sorry. It just wash your face naturally, and then and I would suggest, and this is a wonderful, wonderful way to do it. And oh my gosh, it just cools your skin right off, no matter if you have have had too much sun or not, or it's just a wonderful hot day, or just something you get into the habit of doing every single day. It's a cucumber. Cut them. I cut them in slices. Been doing this for a couple months now. When I heard about the cucumber, and I do it from my chest all the way up to my hairline. Put it on, especially under your eyes, especially on our faces. It tends to, and I used to hear that it would dry, okay? And if we have like bags, circles, whatever, it does help with those. And it does, like sweet potato, which I've been talking about sweet potato for a long time too. I use that first, actually wash my hair, wash my skin, wash my face, but the cucumber goes on first, and the sweet potato next, and then I do all my other skincare regarding the moisturizers, etc. And I've talked to you folks about that for so many times. So at any rate, we will be also not only doing that, but also again, as I said, let's get moisturizer, and then if I'm going outside, again, the subject is actually the sunscreen or suntan lotion. All right, that, and give yourself a rest. You know, when you come in from the sun, especially, get into your favorite chair. Get a tape out, a movie, one of your favorite, programs on television. Listen to music, the radio. Choose your music that you want to listen to, and sit back with your feet up, and chill, as they say. Okay, chill. All right, and that just means relax, meditate, close your eyes, think of all the wonderful things, and I stay safe. Think about things and places that you go, especially the fireworks, regarding all the fires, and have a great time. And we will see you the next time. Adios, Roberta. Familia. Y parte y familia. Lo